Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. And the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My story, it goes on like this. I want to confess to you that I am a slay queen, and I want to send a strong warning out there to other women who are living the life that I used to live. Currently, I'm still involved in prostituting myself, and I don't know, can God save me whilst I am still prostituting myself, because that is my only source of living. I have a child that I have back home, and my mom is the one that is taking care of my child. And I was told by another prophet whom I thought was lying to me when he said that I see that the chances of you ever falling pregnant again, they are quite slim. I recently went to the clinic and I was told that because of the STIs that I have had in the past, it might be very hard for me to ever fall pregnant again. And what matters the most is that now there is another guy who I am dating who does not know that by the side I am a prostitute. The dad is a South African pastor, but the mom is from Zim. So I've been dating this guy, but in secret, this is what I have been doing. So this is how I became a prostitute. I can say that my beauty was like my curse that misled me into becoming a slay queen. I went to this other particular school that is called Girls High that can be found in Harare. What we used to do is that each and every day when school will be out, there will be some blessers that will be waiting for underaged teen girls, and they will be offering us money. When you will be walking from that school, then you will be going to catch a taxi going back home. There will always be a man that will be telling you that they can give you some money if you are willing to sleep with them. I then fell in love with another guy. This man, he was old and he was a crippled old man. He was giving me money and it was a lot. He would take me to his house. At that moment, I did not even realize that some of the things that he would do with me, they were part of his rituals. He told me that since he grew up in America, he loved exotic animals. So he had this other lizard, they call it a gecko, that he used to press on my breast. Sometimes I would even feel as if it would want to suckle on my nipples, that lizard. So he would say that it is quite a naughty baby of his, and it was just an exotic animal that he loved. Each and every time when we will be making love with each other, this man would keep this lizard in between us. Let's say if he will be on top of me, he would take that lizard of his and then he would place it on my tummy and press it hard with his tummy whilst we are making love. Always it was there with me and him when we were in bed. Later in the evening, he would take it outside. He will start to speak with it as if it was his little baby. So I just thought that since this guy, he had an upbringing there in America, so maybe that is why he liked those exotic animals, because he grew up, he said, amongst white people, and even the stepmom had a python for a pet. So maybe that was why. But now I have come to realize with everything that is happening to me that when I was sleeping with him, I was having these curses that were being placed in my body by this man, such that I am only attracted, or men that are occultic, they are attracted to me as if they can sense that I am someone that was used when I was still an underaged teenager by an occultic man. So after I had finished my high school, me and my friend, we then went and we started staying in Bulawayo without the knowledge of my parents. They did not even know where I was. They thought that maybe I was in Botswana, but no, I was staying in Bulawayo. Me and my friend, we would go out clubbing, prostituting ourselves, and I was still underaged at that time. I then decided that it was far much better for me to get married. And then I started staying with another guy. So this guy that I was staying with, he was the one who brought me to South Africa. I then came to South Africa and I started living my life with this man when he would be at work, I'll just cheat on him with another guy who used to work night shift. Throughout the day, I'll be at home with him. He would give me some money so that he can sleep with me. Brother Nashi, that was when I decided that it was far much better to move on, and I started staying with another girl. So me and this girl, we used to enjoy each other's company. We would go out together, and then we would be sleeping with the same men, and the men would be paying us a lot of money until I met this Nigerian guy. I met this Nigerian guy at a party. He just came to me and he said that he had had enough with the South African women. He just wanted a Zim woman who was not going to be complaining about money at all the times. I agreed, and then we started dating. I stayed with this guy for a little while, and I saw that this guy, sometimes when he will be drunk, he would be abusive emotionally, telling me things that I did not want to hear. I moved out, but we were still dating. He was very jealous. He then told me that there was another man that was going to be coming from his country. That was the man that was going to be with me. It was kind of like weird for my boyfriend to tell me that he had been hired by another man so that this man can have his way with me. But with the money that was there, I said it is okay. And then I started sleeping with that man that was from Nigeria. Each and every time that I would be sleeping with him, I would feel these hot flashes going all over my body, as if he was inserting things that were not so nice into my body. Fast forward, after this man had returned back to his country, this guy, the Nigerian guy, he would make sure that he avoided sleeping with me like no man's business. He would bring me groceries, he would pay for my bills, but when it comes to sleeping with each other, he would make sure that he avoids me as much as he could. So I did not know that he was also afraid of the curses that had been placed in my body. So Brother Nashi, at that time, that was when I started going around visiting different traditional healers. And one day I visited this other traditional healer who told me that in my body there was some curses that were in there, and then there were some incense that were supposed to be burnt. Those incense were burnt, but the situation never changed until this very day. I am someone that is always sick at all the times. All of my money that I get is either I go to the Red Garment Prophet Church, or I do go to a White Garment Church, or to some Sangomas here in Johannesburg. I am tired of this life that I am living. When I used to hear people saying that sometimes when you date these rich guys, you can be so unlucky that a guy can use you for rituals, I thought that it will never happen again to me. It only happened because I was still very young, and now I was much more wise. No guy will ever use me for the rituals, but these guys, they used me for their rituals. So here I am looking for help. I don't know, can God help me? Because currently I am going to church. I do go to church each and every Sunday, but after church, I have to tell you the truth. If people are going to assist me, then they need to know the truth. The truth is that after church, when it is in the evening, it's either my clients can call me, then they come and I sleep with them, then they give me money. That is where I am getting the money to pay for my bills, because that Nigerian guy, he has been avoiding me as if I am a disease, like I am someone that is cursed. So I need your advice, as well as the advice that I'm going to be getting from your listeners. I am currently staying in Johannesburg. My mom, she does not know that her daughter in South Africa is going through all of this pain. There are nights when I wake up and I'll just see blood that will be all over my bedding, and it will be because of the so many STIs that I have had in my life. So it is quite confusing if some of these STIs are a result of the spiritual infections that I have received from that occultic man that came to South Africa to sleep with me from Nigeria, or if it is something that is just natural as a woman that do sleep with a lot of men. And one thing is that the tricky part of you being a slay queen is different from a regular prostitute. When I am working as a prostitute, I tell the client that no, we are going to condomize. But when you go out with a blesser, he is the one that controls what he wants to be done. If he wants to sleep with 10 women at the same time, as long as the money is there, then he pays you and he sleeps with you together. So it depends with the situation. So most of the men, the rich ones, they do not want to sleep with a woman using condoms. And that is where I have been getting all of these STIs. And honestly, I am tired. On social media, most of the people that do come from my village that I do communicate with, they look at me and they see me as someone that have made it in South Africa, yet they do not know that I don't work. I prostitute myself to these rich men, and I have been doing this ever since I was still in high school. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sister right there. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.